J'ai l'honneur de vous présenter Madame Cecilia Conrad, qui s'est distinguée par son leadership visionnaire à l'égard du futur de la philanthropie. Cecilia Conrad is the founder and chief executive officer of Lever for Change and a senior advisor at the MacArthur Foundation. Lever for Change connects donors with problem solvers to find and fund bold, effective solutions to accelerate social change in areas that include racial inequity, gender inequality, access to economic opportunity, and climate change. Under Cecilia Conrad's leadership, Lever for Change has influenced over $2.5 billion in grants and provided support to more than 500 organizations worldwide. In 2023, the nonprofit Times named her to its Power and Influence Top 50 list, and Inside Philanthropy named her one of the 50 most powerful women in US philanthropy. She is a member of the American Academy of Arts and Sciences and has served as an economist at the Federal Trade Commission. She is an emerita professor of economics with Paloma College. She also served as vice president for academic affairs and dean of the college, and later as acting president. Dr. Conrad earned her PhD in economics from Stanford University and is the recipient of numerous awards and honors, including the National Economic Association Samuel Z. Westerfield Award and the National Urban League's Women of Power Award. Cecilia Conrad is an exceptional leader whose career has been guided by a deep understanding of the world as it is and an unshakable belief in what it can become. Madame la Chancelière, au nom du Sénat et du Conseil d'administration de l'Université, j'ai le privilège et l'honneur de vous présenter Madame Cecilia Conrad afin que vous lui décerniez un doctorat en droit honoris causa.
And now Dr. Conrad will present her convocation address.
Madam Chancellor, Mr. President and Vice Chancellor, honored platform guest, graduating class, family, and friends. I love convocation events. I love these kind of events, so thank you so much for including me today. I am honored by this recognition, and truth be told, I'm also deeply appreciative of the opportunity for a brief respite from my home country's turbulence. Indeed, when President Graham invited me to receive this honorary degree, I responded, "Are you sure? Do you know I'm an American?" Despite this weird and precarious time, I still subscribe to a vision of a pluralistic, multicultural, multiracial democracy, one committed to an equitable opportunity for each and every person, and to provide the opportunity for everyone to achieve a good life. A society committed to open doors and to an understanding that a market-based economy cannot achieve its best results unless we eliminate barriers to entry. And in my vision, there are multiple democracies that fit this bill on the North American continent. The pursuit of this vision has animated my teaching, research, and public service, and now my work with nonprofits and philanthropists. Philanthropy can make both democratic governments and market economies more effective, holding both accountable, mediating the tendency of both to neglect the needs of those at the margins of society, and increasing opportunities for every individual to realize their full potential. Philanthropy can act as society's risk capital, funding research and experimentation to discover new solutions to critical problems. Philanthropy can also mitigate the consequences of the dramatic increase in wealth inequality that we are seeing around the world. The mission of Lever for Change, the organization I lead, is to make philanthropy more effective. We do this by increasing openness and transparency, crowdsourcing diverse expertise to guide donor decision-making, and creating equitable paths for organizations around the world to have the opportunity to get funded. We encourage flexibility. We encourage a long time horizon in order to give agency for nonprofits and social entrepreneurs most proximate to the issues to identify the critical problems to be solved and how to solve them. We have learned that openness uncovers unexpected collaborations, inspires creative, sustainable, and feasible approaches to issues ranging from economic opportunity and durable futures for refugees to stronger democracy to climate change. I want to give one recent example. In our Build a World of Play challenge, sponsored by Lego Foundation, one of the grant recipients was the Johns Hopkins Center for Indigenous Health. This was a collaboration, not only with Johns Hopkins, but with institutions in Australia, New Zealand, and in Canada, the First Nations Health Authority, to develop and implement culturally sensitive interventions to help families with intergenerational play and to improve child development. This project received over $20 million through our auspices and has now been rolled out to 147 tribal communities across North America. Now, this lesson that openness helps you find the best ideas, that unless you eliminate barriers to entry, you're not going to identify the smartest people and the most creative solutions to problems. This lesson applies beyond philanthropy. To solve the critical problems we face, we need to bring people together with many different types of expertise: technology, human behavior, accounting, finance, science. And we need to include people with diverse life experiences and worldviews. Now, I will be the first to admit that that's not always easy to do. Sometimes when you engage with people with different expertise and lived experience, they will disagree with you vehemently. The muscle required to listen to each other, to disagree respectfully, can atrophy if you don't exercise it frequently. So please remember to exercise it frequently. Remember, good things happen when we are receptive to new ideas, new perspectives, new ways of seeing and doing things, and reasoned opinions that are not our own. A functioning democratic society requires it. Felicitations, and thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Conrad, for sharing your wisdom with us.